The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
And that's a good thing, right? Oh god, it is Shinryu! Well, that was epic.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
What it signifies is that both entities were damaged to such a degree that they needed to flee into their own stasis to regenerate.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalymo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
Well, this is certainly a place. About what you'd expect from an elegant place. I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I means to find out. Let's be on our way. Travel to Gridania. Yep. So that is interesting. And it does lead into the Omega raid rather nicely. It doesn't answer what happened to Shinryu though. Interestingly, that I think is the first time in Final Fantasy history that you've actually seen Shinryu and Omega fight. It's like it's a big thing in the series that they were like they fought for all eternity, but we never actually seen it. One moment everything is functioning perfectly, and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. He continues the attack, and Imperial will complete. And I should have talked to Alphino before that, yes, but well. Who's here? Just Sid? Alphino looks like he has news for us. Oof, I almost dread to ask. Ah, the far edge of fate. Alphino has the look of a man with much to say. No voice acting, sadly, though. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Ida, wait. We must first... Oh, the Elder Seetsier is expecting us. Worry not, Alphino. Gosetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Yugiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. Quest accepted. Now I imagine this upcoming scene will have voice acting, because it seems like an important one. It also kind of feels like this could be like nearly the end. Because I'm imagining that the quest called The Far Edge of Fate is going to be the last one. Well, there's obviously going to be quite a big cutscene to end it. There always is. And I've already heard that there are credits, so there's probably an after credits scene as well. So we still have a fair amount of story to go either way. The elder seeds here awaits you within. Ooh. Didn't expect to be allowed to walk in. I expected it to go straight into a cutscene. Another calamity averted, eh? How many times now have you and yours hauled us back from the brink? So it seemed Garland's little friend was good as his word. Had I not instructed you to throw Nidhogg's accursed eyes into the abyss, all of this might have been avoided. I thought them beyond reach. Anyone else? Nope. Is this going to be when you activate this long cutscene? No. I'm waiting for it. It's going to come. You know it is. Ooh, no voice acting. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You are too kind, Elder Seedsia. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega Eye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. For our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. So I actually haven't seen that. What words could do justice such a scene? None of my choosing. That much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies of Agiarbania. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics as I have never seen, and hope never to see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight, until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamegan's soil. I will not speak of the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most of us could only think of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's form, the Dermans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembled a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on Girabania's side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Terrapin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gardania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis systems, so even if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide our efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed at all. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Gyarabania. Though Ilbert has forced our hand, it seemed only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation, and by working in concert it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp. Pray accept my humblest and most earnest thanks once again, Warrior of Light. Had Shinryu been suffered to roam free, the Twelvesword would surely have been laid waste. I go to overseas operations at Belsiar's Wall. I go to oversee, not overseas. You have done your part. Leave it to us to handle the initial Imperial reprisal, and the rest while you may. Well, when the Primal emerged, I was for an instant transported back to Cardinal. To the moment, the Black Worm made an eighth hell of the battlefield. Gladly would I live out the rest of my days without seeing such a sight again. Oop, wrong one. This operation to take the wall will be Ishgard's first military action under Alliance banners. Though I have no appetite for bloodshed, part of me is glad of the chance to bring reparations for our past inaction. If as seems likely, we put Omega into stasis after... what do they call it? Ah yes, after Shinryu was defeated, we should have little to fear from either of them. Hopefully. I should very much like to see this Shinryu creature for myself. I think it might be Shinryu, but whatever. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones. But I wonder if we might first take a small detour. Yestola and the others have gathered at... what is it? That's not an R, that's an M. I thought that was RM. RN. Amerisource Spire. And I imagine you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now the cocoon is gone. Yes, very much so. To decide then, lead on. Alright, so that's somewhere in Gridania. Where exactly is it? East Shroud. Teleport on, and I'm gonna have a quick drink of water. Ah, got to wet my whistle. So, all things considered, this has went well, right? I mean, no one's dead. We technically defeated the Primal, sort of. I admit, now that I've seen what it actually is, no, I don't think that we could have fought that. But, alas, 'tis done with for now, till we get to level 70 and fight it again.